Hey everybody, we're back for the season finale of I Gotta Be Honest With You. I'm Tom.
D-Man.
Donzilla.
We say that with a little bit of somberness, but there's a little hint of hope.
Yeah, there is. This is kind of sad because this has been our home where we did all the shows and all that. Except for the two we did outside, which were kind of fun.
Yeah, our Putnam World Tour.
Yeah. One stop.
World tour. You went down the road.
We went down the road about a mile.
Hey,
Hey, we didn't know how extensive the damage was.
this is true.
So we're going to come full circle,
Yeah, we are.
right?
Yeah.
Did I introduce you guys?
Yeah.
We started with Superman. We will end with Superman.
Won the poll.
Won the poll. Thank you very much to all those who voted.
See ya.
We're doing Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, which was the final Christopher Reeve performance as the Man of Steel. Take it, D-Man.
Alrighty then. I thought Christopher Reeve's rendition of Superman and Clark Kent was off the hook. I think he did a really, really
What
good
made
job.
his performance so good?
He
The
was
earnesty, the honest.
Yeah, the
honestness.
honesty. He looked like he actually could be Superman.
It was true.
Yeah, it was.
The only reason we're doing 4 is because this is notoriously low budget, and we can really talk about this film. He had started Superman in Superman's 1, 2, the Richard Donner 2, and 3. And after that, Warner Brothers had sold the rights to Canon,
Yep.
the low-budget film studio, which actually had the rights to Spider-Man at the time. Now, to persuade Christopher Reeve to come back to play the role for the 4th time, they gave him creative control over the story, and they also greenlit a pet project that he had always wanted to work on. That movie ended up becoming Street Smart. You remember that movie?
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty good
That
movie.
was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, it
Morgan
was.
Freeman was in it and received an Academy Award
Yeah.
nomination for it. He played an amoral reporter. Christopher
go.
Reeve.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
So they gave him creative control over Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, and he said he would like to do this disarming nuclear weapons in the world.
Yep.
So it was more of a message of peace and hope
Yeah.
and
Period piece.
period piece.
Well,
Well,
they-
the 80s.
Mid
Cold
80s
War.
during the
Yeah.
Cold War.
Well,
Yeah.
you could do that in movies. You could actually have a superhero and have it
You
make
couldn't
it.
do it today, I don't
No,
think.
you couldn't. But
No.
you could have like an
It'd be
underlining.
controversial.
It'd be controversial.
Right, but you could have an underlining thing where you wouldn't actually notice. Oh, they're fighting, and then have like a message that people would maybe catch or not catch, depending.
Right.
Rocky did it.
Yeah,
What's
there
your
you
take on Superman 4 done? I know you and I have watched a couple of
It's my
times.
favorite one.
It's your favorite Superman?
That's my favorite Superman.
Why is that?
It's just awesome.
It's funny.
It's funny.
The
I mean,
production-
he
The production level, it was slashed. Remember, it was.
Yeah,
it was Canon was supposed to give them like $36 or $37 million to do Superman 4, which would have made it their highest production movie
Right.
of all time.
And back then, that was actually
That was
a lot
actually
of money.
that's a lot of money to do a movie.
Now it's chicken feed if you did a movie with that.
Yeah. But then what became 36 became 15
Why?
at the 11th hour. No one really knows.
That is so weird for such a popular.
It was still
Phil-
popular, but after
yeah.
Superman 3, some people thought Superman ran its course because 1 and 2
Okay.
were so epic. 3 sucked.
Yeah, it did.
Sorry, Richard.
So people might have been nervous about spending that much money on another Superman film.
True, but it did make the money back,
It
but
did.
not a lot, compared to its budget. It was an unreleased film. What you see right here, forgive me for throwing it. This is an unreleased film because the special effects are shoddy, but because Christopher Reeve helped write the story, the whole cast from the original 2 came back. Margot Kidder came back as Lois Lane. Mark McClure came back as Jimmy Olsen. He was like 35
Yeah.
as the newspaper. Well, golly gee, Mr. Kent.
Yeah.
Jackie Cooper. I
Yeah.
think this was one of his last films before he passed away. He
Yep.
returned as Perry White, and Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor.
Yep.
And you said it was funny. Why? Why was it so entertaining? Was it on purpose or was it
You could
because
tell
of the?
Reeve. This reviewer said it best. Janet Moslin of the New York Times said Christopher Reeve is still giving this character his all. There is nothing wrong with Christopher Reeve's performance in this film. So it was very sincere. It was like reading a one-shot issue of Superman.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Crappy villains, over-the-top
Yeah,
fights.
Yeah, that's what made it good.
That's what made it funny. It's what made it entertaining.
That
So-
sounds pretty cool.
It is a good movie.
So my thought is, I mean, even a good actor can kind of save a movie, but not save a movie.
He was very displeased with what ultimately happened,
Yeah.
but I still like the movie.
Yeah.
But Luthor's in it, but he's not he's like the main antagonist. But Superman needed to have a physical antagonist
Yep.
to combat with because how many times can you do Zod?
True.
And there's not many Superman villains that he can really go toe to toe with in an epic battle.
Right.
So they created a villain for the movie, and they created
Nuclear Man.
Nuclear Man, played by Mark Pillar. Dude, you're awesome. Dude, you were awesome. Only you could have gotten away with wearing that red and gold, black and gold leotard.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was
With your
funny
80s
as hell.
blonde mullet.
Oh my god.
And you had
Oh, the
couple-
flashlight.
He looked like Huey
Flashlight,
Lewis.
yeah.
He looked a lot like Huey Lewis. He looked like that guy from Die Hard there. Evening, officer. What can I do for
Oh
you?
yeah.
Oh, not good. Not good.
I had a
Not
feeling
good.
you'd call.
Wow. Here we go. It starts.
Superman 4. I don't even know that guy's name.
Sounds really campy.
This movie?
It was.
Yeah.
It's campy.
It was.
It's
I have to
campy.
commend him for still giving his all.
He did give his all.
I'm
on this
sure he
one.
got a good paycheck from it.
I'm sure, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
They got street smart out of it.
There you go. Well, there you go. So he got his wish.
So he
then.
got his wish to
Yeah.
do that movie. There are some funny fight scenes. The moon.
Oh
this
my
movie
God.
defied scientific accuracy.
Everything.
Mariel Hemingway's character breathes into outer space.
I'm not even gonna ask.
Superman,
Yeah, probably not a good idea.
Superman moves the moon.
Well, he went around the planet Earth and made it. Go
Was it
back
like a
in time,
cardboard
so-
moon?
It was pretty good. You could tell it was like styrofoam or
Oh my
something.
god.
But the fight on the moon alone.
Oh, that was the.
This actually
oh,
has one of my favorite Superman moments in any
one of the
film.
best fights ever.
Superman lands on the moon. It's funny because from the first shot you can see his wires.
Yep.
And because actually Christopher Reeve directed that because he took control of second unit.
Yep.
And so he lands on the moon and he sees that the flag that Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin had was tilted. And so he walks up to it and just pulls it straight. And they had the Superman theme playing and he's just sort of... And then Nuclear Man just...
Yeah.
They have this
Yeah.
fight where they're
Oh,
going back
epic
and
fight.
forth,
Yeah.
like pushing because of the gravity. The Superman's flying. He went around the moon just to give him a Superman punch. And then
And he's
Nuclear...
hammering him into the ground.
Yeah, he hammers him to the ground, and then Nuclear Man's like, I must find the woman.
And he flies away.
He flies away, and then...
But Superman, when Superman gets out of the moon, he crawls his way out.
Yeah.
I think the flag was knocked over.
It was knocked
and
over.
he took time to pick it up and put it back.
Got to do what you got to do.
And yeah,
At least he only put it in and flew away and do the pose again, because that would have probably wasted time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was such a funny movie.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I saw it a long
So
time ago.
There was a lot of heat, or not heat, but like press saying that Christopher Reeve had been out of shape because it had been almost 10 years since he had been cast as Superman. But if you do a side-by-side comparison of what Reeve looked like in 1977, 1978, to what he looked like in, I think it was May of 87, you don't really see a good shot. He
No,
was
no,
more
it's like-
ripped in this movie than he was. They gave him heat because they used a lot of wire work on the first film because they have a big budget. I don't know the exact number. But on this movie, they basically would just put him on a platform and use blue screen, so it would be like that. So they said that he would look...
I hope that's the paused image for the video.
I hope that
Well,
Hold it, hold it.
Well, it's come a long way because they used to put, what do you call it? They put Christopher Reeve used to be on a truck, wasn't he? When they flew him? When they back in the 50s.
It's George Reeves.
George Reeves, that's what
That's
it's
coming too. We got to
Yeah.
do a review on that.
But I'm saying is they've come a long way as far as
They
like
came
special
up-
effects.
yeah, now,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just, now it would just be CG.
Yeah. But I'm saying though they've come a long way.
There's
from-
some wire work in Superman. You see Cavill.
Oh, yeah.
You see Cavill do.
There's always wild work,
Oh, yes.
wire work in other movies, but
Yeah.
Sorry.
So the plot. Oh no, how much time we got left? I'll just say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
The
We'll just
plot
roll.
was that Luthor was trying to capitalize. He was trying to be a war profiteer.
Yep.
So he created Nuclear Man to help keep the world in check, which makes no sense.
Most
And his-
villains' plans don't, but sure.
It's true, but his number one goal was
Oh, to destroy Superman.
destroy Superman. That was like his only line.
Well, that's the that's the reason why he was created.
Yeah, to destroy Superman.
Yeah.
And like kind of be his enforcer.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool in its own way.
Nuclear Man. Dude, you were just cool. I'm gonna find you on Facebook.
Yeah, you're awesome.
Dark Pill. It was his only movie.
Interesting.
I don't know if he does convention routes or he works at Cumbies. I don't know what he's doing.
He's slinging pizzas in New York City. Down in Soho.
He's one of those sign spinners.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, wasn't he a like a professional bodybuilder or something?
Yeah, you
or
can
a
tell.
model or
Yeah,
something?
he was like something. He
was
he
like a
looked like
male
Carl too from Die Hard.
He did.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Yeah.
What's this
Yeah, he
epic
did, no,
music
you're right.
behind you guys?
What? It's okay, whatever.
I have no idea.
Whatever.
I'm wondering
Anyway,
what it...
so that being said, we got anything else? I think we should maybe end this with just saying.
I think
Yeah,
it-
well, yeah, we gotta talk about how we.
Okay, we'll go for it. Bring it up.
Take
Bring
it done, baby.
Bring it.
Yeah, so Nuclear Man gets what's her name, the woman. I
forget her name,
He
actually.
carries her into space.
Yeah, they're in
And they're
space.
breathing in space.
She's like,
Nice.
And then Superman pushes the moon in front of the sun to create a solar eclipse, and it depowers Nuclear Man.
yeah.
And then he took him and like threw him in like a nuclear reactor in China or something like that.
Oh, speaking of which, we got to talk about Superman's new power. He had telekinesis. They fought around the world. Yeah, when they took down the Great Wall of China,
yeah.
all
That was funny.
Superman just goes like this and puts it back together. Superman never had telekinesis.
Yeah.
But then again, this shit isn't real. It's the truth. I'm not gonna get mad at a guy from another planet who flies.
No.
If I get mad at him using telekinesis.
Yeah, it is
Didn't
kind of
Nuclear Man
petty.
pick up the Statue of Liberty?
Yeah, he tried to throw it at Superman. And it's so low, it
was
sounds
funny.
cool on paper. Like today you could see that and it would be like
Right.
you saw in Batman v Superman. This is just so bad. Like it's just
He's like throwing a Barbie doll.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they always did close-ups of him, holding like a big styrofoam thing, and he's
So it's kind of like when Godzilla destroyed Tokyo.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's like that.
it's just a guy in a suit,
Yeah, there you
stepping
go.
on cardboard building.
Or a really bad episode of Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were a lot of deleted scenes though from this film because it was supposed to be over a 2 hour, maybe 2 hour and 10 minutes.
That's long for back then.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
Well, Superman was like that. Superman.
Yeah,
was
first
like,
Superman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the first one was like 3 hours.
Yeah,
my
yeah,
God.
it was.
Like the acts were separated by the hour. You had small Krypton destruction, Smallville, then him getting adjusted to Metropolis and becoming Superman. And the third act was just all out pimp action.
Oh yeah.
Picks up the San Andreas Fault.
Gotta
That
love
was
it.
awesome.
It's epic freak out
Yeah.
when Lois dies in the first
Oh
one.
yeah.
Oh my god.
That was
See,
horrible.
If I had
Turns back time by flying around the Earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had to pick my favorite, I'd have to go 2. I love 2. 2 is the
Yeah.
best of all of them. I mean, thanks for voting this and making this the one that won the poll.
Yeah.
We were kind of hoping to do Captain America, but life goes on.
We'll do it eventually.
And you know how that is. We're going to end up doing it.
Yeah, we
are.
Yeah, we are. Crawl's still coming. Crawl's still coming.
These polls are basically which one will we do first.
Basically.
Well,
that's not true because
No.
we haven't done some of the stories. Because
We'll
I
get
put-
to them.
I put a lot of crap ones up there.
You know,
Well, you have too many polls to get to them all that fast.
well, he
True.
throws out whatever he thinks of at the time, just to let you guys know. And sometimes we throw a ringer out like Crawl. But
Yeah.
we are going to do
Yeah, but
Crawl.
Crawl's awesome.
I know
awesome,
Crawl is
dude.
awesome. You ever seen Crawl?
We're gonna rent it.
We're
I haven't seen it, and
I
I'm
haven't
gonna
seen it
rent it,
forever.
and I'm gonna watch it, and I'll tell you how bitchin' it is.
There you go. Because if
Cool.
Dunn likes it, if Dunzo likes it, it's got to be awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if Dunn likes it, I'll check it out.
There you go.
We watched it together.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
A long time ago.
Wow.
Like 2008.
Was that? Never mind. I'm not going to do it. I'll leave it.
That was probably one after
Oh,
one of our,
what do I care?
88's
Was that one of your sleepovers? Was
No, it's probably at my house.
Oh, that's what a sleepover at your house. Awesome. There we go.
Real quick though, we should talk about the production of how it took so many years for Superman to come back.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. After this movie, there were plans to do a 5th film, but then because this movie tanked, it only made like 39 million. That they made the Superboy TV show
Yep.
and Lois and Clark: The Adventures of Dean Cain. The Adventures of Dean Cain.
Oh my God, Wesley Snipes all over
Yeah,
again.
the Adventures of the Lois and Clark. The Adventures of Dean.
Wesley Snipes versus the IRS.
Oh my God, that was awesome.
Eric Lawson.
Eric Lawson.
Trujusco.
In the 1990s, they tried to bring Superman back, most notably with Tim Burton and Nicolas Cage.
Oh my God,
and
that's awesome. Oh my God, I've seen that.
they never made it there.
Well, I saw the clip. I saw the clip they did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
whatever.
horrible.
Yeah,
Thank God.
yeah,
And then
it
they
was,
brought it back in
Yeah.
2006 with Bryan Singer and Brandon Routh,
which is horrible.
I'd give it a thumbs down. Ultimately.
Yeah, I would too.
But in closing, Man of Steel then was the revamp,
Yep.
and that's where Superman is now. And it's interesting that we've come full circle.
I would like to say that we've appreciated you guys watching us for the whole season. We've had a lot of fun, and we got a lot of plans for season 2. Look forward to it. And on that note,
See you at the new place.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
at a new place.
we'll be at the new place. When the episode's probably in a couple weeks, we'll be at the new place, and this is our final goodbye here. And it's been fun, guys.
Well, it's not really a goodbye. I mean, we're gonna
Well,
be
no.
back soon, so I'm not really gonna go like I'm gonna miss you guys.
Well, no. That's I meant the place.
My
not-
final statement is gonna be: Nuclear Man's got a cult following.
There you go. But no, two people don't make a
Us guys is.
Us guys is 2 youths.
The 2 years.
But anyway, what the point is making, it's just the last time we're going to be here.
Yeah, man.
So that's kind of sad in its own way. But you know what? Thanks for following us. We'll have more polls. What?
What is it?
Oh, more polls. I didn't catch it. More polls. More
polls,
insanity.
More
And
insanity. The
who knows what
graveyard
crazy, the graveyard episode, who knows what crazy stuff will come up with season 2. Again, thank you very much. We deeply appreciate it.
I am gonna put a poll up to see if D-Man will get Chinese cupped.
Excuse me?
I'll show it to you off camera.
All right. Peace out, kids.
Done.
Be
You got any
seeing
final
you.
thoughts?
Final
You
thought,
got any,
buddy.
Yeah, see ya.